Hello, before I start with the guide, I need to say that this video was made on the 1.13 version. It's possible that in future updates some of these legendaries will be put in a new location. And I know that after said updates, new legendaries will get added, so don't ask me where a certain Pokemon is if it's not in the video. As of this version, these are all the available legendary Pokemon. Enjoy! The legendary birds from Kanto are up first. Articuno is hidden in the deepest part of Shell Cave, which is only available to us when it's low tide. This occurs between 3 to 9 AM or 3 to 9 PM. For the people who are bad at ice puzzles, I got your back on this one. It's a very small ice puzzle, so you will get through it very quickly. So, you know the side quest where Watson asks you to turn off the generator? He will be standing in the middle of Mauville City if you pass by after defeating the 5th gym. You can't really miss him unless you can magically walk through walls. If you go to New Mauville and do what he asks, the generator will start up again after you try to leave. Turn it on a few times and a Rotom will attack you. On your way out, a Zapdos will be chilling in a hallway. That's 2 legendaries in one place. Moltres is tucked away in a new area called the Ember Path, not to be mistaken with Fairy Path, which is very close by. You can immediately get to Moltres after you beat Flannery and own the Strength HM. It's one of the first legendaries you can catch in the game. Mewtwo is found in the Altering Cave. It only opens up after you have defeated the champion. It's a very long dungeon that resembles Cerulean Cave from Kanto. On screen you can see how to traverse it. Near the end of the cave you will encounter Green, who wants a battle of course. I have a video on how to easily beat her with only one Pokemon. There's more than one choice, so maybe there's one that suits you. Mew is obtained the same way as Vanilla Emerald. We need the old sea map to get access to it, and luckily the developer has put these event exclusive items into the game. There is no mystery gift or cheat codes needed for these. You can obtain the old sea map after you get the dive from Steven in Moss Deep City. Solve the puzzle of these rooms by picking up the correct keys on the ground and the map is yours. Then, bring the old sea map to Lilikov City and speak to the sailor to let him take you to Faraway Island, where Mew is found. It will hide in the tall grass and take a step when you take one, so try to figure out a way to get close. Ho-Oh and Lugia are locked behind a key item. You simply need to defeat Cynthia in Moss Deep City after beating the champion of the Hoenn region. Just like Green, I also have a video where I sweep her whole team without any issues. You can use the same tactic to quickly progress. Then after obtaining the item, travel to Lilikov City and show the ticket to the sailor to reach Naval Rock, the island Ho-Oh and Lugia are found on. It's very big, but also empty, so it can take a while to reach the rooms where they reside. Kyogre and Groudon are obtained the exact same way as a Vanilla Emerald, so just look up a guide online. Just kidding, I will quickly explain it. So after you have defeated Wallace, go to the Weather Institute and speak to the scientist. He will tell you where to look for either Kyogre or Groudon, so pay attention to his dialogue. It can be different from what I have recorded for the video. I will link to a website that has all possible locations listed, so you can easily look up in case you have trouble. Okay, I'm really not going to explain Rayquaza since it's a mandatory dungeon for the story, but I do want to show off the bike puzzle. Like Vanilla Emerald, you get into a conversation with your parents after beating the game, and you will get a dialogue prompt that asks what color you saw on TV. If you chose red, Latias will roam the region of Hoenn. Did you choose blue instead? Then Latios will roam. There is no easy way to find the roaming Pokemon. The best advice I can give you is to run in the grass with a level 40 Pokemon and a max repel, so you can only encounter the roaming Eon. Did you get no encounters after a few seconds? Run into another area and back to the grass to change the location of the roamer. The other Eon is obtained with the Eon ticket. Just like Cynthia, May is only found during the post-game, where you first fought her at the start of the game. She will give you the Eon ticket if you beat her in battle. Again, there is a video available on her where she gets absolutely floored by an Emolga. Similar to the Mystic ticket, take it to the sailor in Lilycove City and he will take you to Southern Islands. There is no puzzle to solve here, only a round object to interact with. Jirachi is simpler than all this ticket and sailing nonsense. You can immediately get access to it after having defeated the 8th gym leader. You will already have the waterfall HM through story progression. Head to Meteor Falls and climb up the waterfall. Jirachi is hidden in the deepest part of the cave, behind the small room where you usually find Bagan. It's a new part of Meteor Falls, specially made for Jirachi the Wishmaker. And we have another Pokemon stuck behind a fairy ticket. Deoxys can only be obtained after defeating Steven in Meteor Falls. You can combine this with a trip to catch Jirachi, since they are very close to each other. Steven can only be encountered in the post-game at the exact same spot as Vanilla Emerald. His team is very weak to fire-type Pokemon. Here's another video with some sweeps. Once defeated, bring the bird ticket to Lilycove City and you will be able to travel to Bird Island. There will be a small triangle that moves around when interacted with. Follow my steps in the exact same way or it will reset the position of the triangle, restarting the puzzle. The Regis trio can be found in the same places as Vanilla Emerald. You will need a Pokemon with a Dig, which is found in this house in Fallarbor Town. Also necessary are a Wailord and a Relicanth to get past the first part of the puzzle. Wailord is very easy to obtain. Use the Super Rod in Moss Deep City's Ocean to catch a Wailmer in no time. It evolves at level 40 into Wailord. Relicanth is another story. It's a rare encounter underwater near Sutopolis City. It will take a while to find and the catch rate is quite low, so bring enough net or dive balls. Now for the preparations, follow the same steps as the video closely. Wailord needs to be at the first spot in your party and Relicanth at the last one. A lot of Pokemon can learn Dig, it doesn't really matter which one you bring. If you follow these steps correctly, the screen will shake, meaning that the caves for Regirock, Registeel and Regis have opened. First off, Regis is the closest to a fly spot, so that's what I will show first. If you enter its cave, speak to the braille on the wall and walk around while staying next to the wall. Regirock is up next, its cave is found in the desert. Enter it, interact with the braille and take 2 steps left, 2 steps down, then use Rock Smash to make a hole in the wall. The final golem is Registeel. Once you are in the cave, interact with the braille like usual, walk to the center of the cave and use Flash to blast a hole in the wall. You can't really miss Regigigas if you have tried to solve the Regi puzzle before. It is literally standing in the cave where the first puzzle took place. You have to bring all 3 of the Regis back to the cave and Regigigas will wake up. Spiritomb is found on the abandoned ship, so you can combine this encounter with the search of the old sea map. There are 2 requirements for this. Pokemon number 108, which is Lickitung, and the odd Keystone. You can obtain a Lickitung on route 118 as shown on screen. The odd Keystone is found in a new location called the Sandstrewn Ruins. It's a maze that ends up in multiple locations, but the Keystone is found on this exact rock. Once you have Lickitung and the odd Keystone, head to the abandoned ship into the storage room and interact with this trash can. Spiritomb will arise from it. Heatran is found in the expanded Scorch Slab. At the end of the cave, there doesn't seem to be anything to do here on your first visit. However, a little farther in the story and you will find the Magma Stone in the Magma hideout. If you bring this item to the deepest part of the cave, Heatran will appear before you. After the 8th gym leader, the Cave of Origin will open up again with a ladder that leads to a deeper part of the cave. Previously there was a carving stuck in the entrance, it's a long way down to reach Diancie. After becoming the champion, Meltan is simply lying on a table in Steven's house in Mossdeep City. It replaces the Beldum you would otherwise get. Meltan can evolve into Melmetal if it levels up while holding a metal coat. It is easily bought at Marvel City's Pokemon Mart. After becoming the champion, a bit of dialogue will automatically play out. Professor Birch will gift you a Cosmog. It evolves at level 43 into Cosmog, and that in turn will evolve into either Solgaleo or Lunala depending on the time at level 53. During the day, Cosmog will evolve into Solgaleo, and during the evening or at night into Lunala. And to finish off the video, there are at this moment 2 mythical Pokemon that are obtained through mystery gifts. Speak to this man, which is found in every Pokemon Center, and select mystery gift to obtain Magearna and Meloetta. You will need to do this multiple times. You can only obtain 1 Pokemon at a time. This was the final video for Inclement Emerald. Thank you for the support, and don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Have a good one.